Welcome back to the DFly podcast. I am your fattest of hosts, Fat Jess.
I'm your co-host, New Hampshire, and today we have three guests from Orange Tane, and we're going to have them introduce themselves, starting with Unteamer.
Hello, this is Unteamer. I'm the captain of Orange, Bloody Orange.
Hello, everybody. I am MadKate, and I am the vice captain of Bloody Orange.
Hi, I'm MrJack. I am not the captain, not the vice captain. I'm just a random member who's been there 3 games or so of Orange.
Yeah, and you're an awesome hybrid as well, and you're an OG. So welcome, MrJack, the return.
I think, MrJack, I think as early as, was it season 2 or season 3?
I mean, in my head it was season 1, but I can't even remember that far back now. It was a long time. So.
That's true. Every first season for everyone is season 1.
There you go. Love that.
I mean, season 2 is where it all started, I guess, yeah.
Gotcha. So a true original D-Flyer.
Welcome. Glad to have you guys on. So Unteamer, today we had a level 0 spawn. Did Orange Team have a hard time leveling up?
We only had our usual difficulty of leveling when we start off any game at level 0. Of course, it's always a bit of a challenge to get up to level 32 when you have several other teams who are trying to do the same thing. But I think our strategy worked fairly well, and we got up to a reasonable level in a reasonable amount of time.
So direct this question towards Jack. Where did the team spawn? Were you happy with the random spawn point?
I think that came into UT's strategy a lot because we had a dedicated. I don't want to give too much away for Team Orange here, but we had a strategy. It came out really, really well. It played out really well for us, and from there we took pretty much the entire center ground for the first half game, maybe before we got under attack. So that worked out really. Kudos to UT for that.
And kind of a quick side question: how was your ping for this game?
Hovering around about the 120 mark, which isn't too bad for a USE game, I suppose. You get the occasional spikes.
Right. It's pretty reasonable.
200, 300. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm used to playing around 30 ping, so it's a bit different. It's a bit difficult to climatize to, but that's where the practice comes in, I guess, against you play occasionally in the USE servers, you get used to it, and that's that.
So MK, what hill spots did Orange Team go for today?
Well, we kind of tried to spawn together in one place, but that got a little jumbled. So we spawned in 2 places where we could quickly merge together. Palinka and I were at a point where we could take a 2 on the upper right-hand side. So we held on to that for a little bit, and then Dark Blue came and just put their whole team on us, and it was just the 2 of us. So we couldn't really hold that. So we focused with the rest of the team who went to the middle, and that's really where we stayed. The map to me seems really big, so we weren't going to try to branch out too much. 9 points is a lot of points, and it paid off for us. So we wanted to hold that and hold it really well.
So for Unteamer, it seems like this map lended itself to a lot of strategic type thinking. Do you think that your team had a good plan going into the game today? And, without revealing too much, if you want to tell us a little bit about your thoughts on that.
Well, I'm biased, of course, so I think we had the best plan.
So humble.
Perfect.
Yeah. Definitely. But certainly we did. The circumstances, the larger circumstances of the calculation of the points and the current placements, given that we only had 2 games left, sure lent a lot of influence on how we were going to roll. And our previous game, we did extremely well at holding our 1 point at the center. And I found that this would be, since we had already done something very similar to that and were successful in doing it, it was a good bet to do it again. So I think that putting all our efforts in holding the center point paid off, given that we knew that we would be pushed by a number of teams, but it was still it was worth our efforts.
So MrJack, this map today was a new one for us. It was Risky Player 13's Viper's Nest. What do you think the challenges were of this map for your team today?
I think we had a good opportunity, and well done to the tournament organisers and everybody who had a hand involved in letting everybody practice ahead of time, because that was invaluable to most teams, I'd imagine. Definitely to Orange. We had a really good route around the map ahead of time, a couple of days before, and it made a massive difference to us as a team as well. We were all able to get in there on Thursday, Friday night, UK time, and play around and just figure it all out. And from there, the strategy kind of evolved, and a clearer picture sort of formed ahead of time, which obviously paid off in dividends for us. So yeah, well done to everybody who took a part in that.
Well done indeed.
In terms of the map itself, though, it's a great map. It's a really large map as well. The center area is great for gathering levels. I like the way the locks work in it. I didn't really get to explore it during game time, but focusing on the middle.
All right, so I think I'll throw this out to the Orange leadership team. UT, MadKate, either of you think that there were any specific highlights or memorable moments for the game?
MK, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just going to talk about myself here because I don't know. I was really expecting to go into this game as a hybrid. I have not played in high stress situations as a builder for quite some time. So that's where I had to be in this in this game. I was a full builder pretty much with, the goal of really trying to hold that center spot. It was challenging for me, for sure. So I did get popped a couple of times in key moments of the game. So I'm sure you're going to hear somebody else highlight one of those. Like, oh, it's really cool. I popped MadKate right when, so yeah, I took a couple of bad turns in the beginning. So it was really tough coming back from that and trying to re-level as a builder in a tight spot in the middle. We had some good shooters on the team, and Unteamer is one of them, and was able to get a string of good hits on a couple of people, and that opened it up so we could then jump in and grab some land around that middle spot towards the end.
And Unteamer, what about for you? Do you think had any specific highlights this game?
I have to admit there that the fight over the Koth was, I guess, the highlight. I think it was super intense, requiring a lot of concentration and encouragement and decisions, and let's go here, let's go there, let's attack from this direction, attack from that direction, wait, go. So and the explosions and trying to keep one's cool, high stress, but I think that was the best part of the game. Mm-hmm.
Very good. All right. So, MrJack, do you have any closing comments or anything else that you'd like to add?
Yeah, definitely. I want to give a shout out to Lula, one of the newest members of Orange. She did amazing today. She really held her own and
Absolutely.
sort of created a chain reaction that kind of won the game for us in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was really, really, really well appreciated.
I think that was 4 or 5 kills.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, it held that pressure off right when we needed it as well. There was no,
That was my
needed to be
highlight.
right then.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I want to add 2 things. One thing about Lula, she died at one point and she spawned on the island.
She felt really bad about dying as well.
She did.
But
She felt really bad.
She spawned on the island life. And
Mhm.
she's like, okay, well, she's already said that she got popped, but then she's like, well, what am I going to do? And they were like, okay, you do it. Make it expensive, make them pay. And then she got a kill. That was great. That was a great exchange. So we were very happy about that. She unfortunately had to pay the price in her spot, but she did take one of the opposing teams out, one of the other players out. So that was a great shot. And second thing is, given MrJack that you were around back in the day and now you're back today, would you give us like a bit of a perspective? Do you notice a difference between season 2, season 3 versus season 5?
I mean, I've got to say, one of my biggest things is that I'm able to now play with a team member, Klenheim, that was once the cause of so much pain during season 3 for Team Blue. I mean, if nobody knows how that ended, it didn't end well for us. And it was like a last 30-second thing. And it was an all or nothing kind of thing. So he's a genuine player and, he's really good at what he does. And yeah, you can see now, being on the same team as that kind of person, why they won that kind of thing. Obviously, all of Team Pink had a shout out back then as well. I mean, yeah, it's the transitions between seasons is a lot different as well. Season 2 was a lot different to season 3, which is a lot different to now season 5. And I haven't been heavily involved in season 5 so far, But I like what I see. The players that we're playing against, it just gets better every year. Everybody just seems to learn so much more from the last year and the year before that. It makes such a difference seeing everybody progress as well. To pick an example, Yoda was such a baby form when he came to play. It must have been a couple of years now he's been in the server or so, but now he's such a fully fledged player as well. So just to see the transition between normal players, I don't want to single people out, but it's nice to see people grow as well in the server. And the season games, the elite tournaments, it has a big hand to play in that. So well done to all the organisers and all the team players as well. So it's all good.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
All right. Well, appreciate everyone coming on. Our guests today, Unteamer, MadKate, and MrJack. Thanks for
GG.
coming on. GG.
Thanks for having us.
Good game.
Congratulations, guys.
Bye.
Congratulations. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye bye.